Hi everyone, welcome back to How I YouTube, where I show you how I do things on my channel in the hopes that it will help all of you getting started. Today we're going to talk about backdrops. Backdrops are a super easy and inexpensive way to enhance the quality of your videos, especially if you have a less than ideal filming environment. When I first started filming solo videos, I realized very quickly that I did not have a good looking wall or other background to shoot my videos against, so I started looking into backdrops. They really are a great way to create a neutral, non-distracting background and also give you a lot of flexibility for other creative things you might want to do. Probably the biggest hurdle to getting started with this is figuring out how you're actually going to hang the backdrop. I've done this two different ways, so I'll talk a little bit about each one. Of course, you can buy a ready-made backdrop stand kit, but I couldn't find one that was exactly what I needed and thought it would be easier just to make one myself. I spent about $20 and an afternoon at Home Depot designing and building my first backdrop stand out of PVC pipe. This worked really great since it allowed me to make it as big as I needed, and adding an extra foot stand in the middle made it much sturdier and kept the fabric from drooping. It was also really easy to tear down and set up and to store when not in use. Back then I was still teaching violin lessons out of my living room, so I needed an option that was easy to set up and put away when not in use since I couldn't leave my video equipment out all of the time. Now that I have my own office to use for music and video stuff, I have a much easier, though permanent setup. It's basically a curtain rod that I hang the fabric on with some sewing pins. This is even easier to set up than the PVC pipe. All you need are these two U-shaped hooks and a 10-foot long pole. The only downside is that there is this huge pole attached to the wall, but again, since this is my dedicated music and video space, I don't mind that so much. So you might not want to disfigure your beautifully decorated living room this way. If you have a dedicated space or a wall that you don't mind sacrificing for this project, it really is the easiest solution. Moving on to the actual backdrops, I have three: gray, black, and navy blue. My backdrops are actually king-sized flat bed sheets that I got from Walmart. Super cheap and they work just fine. Would it be better if I got more expensive official backdrops from somewhere else? Probably. I don't know, maybe they would be a little thicker and not wrinkle as easily. But honestly, all fabric wrinkles when you store it. I just do a quick pass with my steamer before I film, and that gets out all the wrinkles easily enough. I don't really think it would justify the cost of buying more expensive backdrops when these are working just fine for what I'm doing. What colors are best? I think black and gray are going to be the most versatile colors that will give you the most options to work with. Black is obviously a popular choice, it's neutral, you don't have to light it, it's easy to set up. But if you're wanting to do like a low light seamless black background, that is a lot more difficult to figure out with your lighting and your camera settings. I only mastered this myself about a year ago, and I remember it took a lot of figuring out and trial and error. But on the other hand, once you figure it out, it's pretty easy to do and pretty low maintenance. I actually really love shooting against black now because, well, for one thing, it's so dark that you can't even see the wrinkles on the backdrop, so I don't even have to worry about steaming it or anything, so that saves me a little bit of time. I really enjoy that. Plus the seamless black background works really great for overlays or if you're wanting to do like dramatic artsy effects, which I love to do. Getting started, I definitely used my gray backdrop a lot. It was really easy to start out with that and figure things out. One of the things that surprised me was how much you can change the color depending on how you light it. When I used my lighting kit on it the first time, I was surprised at how much the background turned almost white, which was really nice for overlays actually. But if I didn't shine any lights on the background, it would retain its much darker gray color, as you can see here. Here's another example of how the color can be changed, this time no lights on the background and a little bit of color grading. And one more example, instead of evenly lighting the background, I only used one clamp light in the middle pointed up, and it gives this cool gradient aura around me while the outer edges remain darker, which I think helps to add to the more dramatic feel I was going after with this video. Another reason gray is super versatile is that it's a great option to use with color gels. Here in this video, this lovely teal background was actually just my gray backdrop with my softboxes wrapped in a $5 tube of blue cellophane wrap from Michaels. Another reminder that you really don't need expensive equipment for video. Just a few tools and a little creativity goes a long way, so keep that in mind as you continue on your video making journey. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If not having the ideal space to record in is holding you back from making videos, hopefully this gave you some ideas on how you can get going using backdrops to create a better environment for yourself. Please let me know if you have any questions or what you think in the comments below, and if you have any topics you'd like me to cover, because I could use some ideas for what might be most helpful for you. So let me know, and I'll see you next time. Bye!